Good day everyone. Welcome to Franka's Fab Family. I am Franka and I want to thank you so much for tuning in. Now, if you watched the program yesterday, I was talking to the men that beat women. Now today I'm going to speak to the women that abuse men or beat men, but typically women don't. While women do hit or beat men, it's not in the same abusive women don't abuse men the same way that men abuse women. And I'm so grateful because after my divorce, I was able to actually meet a couple women that function just like men. I mean, with the level of manipulation, with the level of lies, abuse towards men and things like that. And I was actually really shocked. I was really shocked. The women in my family have been the one that's been typically abused or mistreated or used by men. But to come across women that actually violate men, it was really interesting. And the scary thing about that is that for the first time I saw firsthand, because people tend to think like abusive women or loose or promiscuous women or quote unquote bad women or certain kind of women. No, there are quite a bit of professional women, lawyers, doctors, teachers, things that we regard as high society women or classy women or whatever that do a lot of these things to men. Because like women, there are some women that are genuinely sweet women. These are the women that are many times naive. They did not have a lot of relationship experience. They may have gotten young married because when a man finds them and they're like, ooh, this is a good one here, they lock you up quickly, they make you a wife quickly. But there are some women that actually prey off of really nice guys. Really nice guys are guys who mean what they say. They're committed to a relationship. They're committed to family. I know some guys that would work and give their wife or girlfriend the whole paycheck, just take care of things and things like that. But what happens when you come across a bad woman? Women, this one is for you. You bad women out there, this one is for you. I heard a friend of mine, she wasn't really a friend, a co-worker of mine said she was cheating on her husband, then turned boyfriend. And I remember trying to tell her like, yo, this guy is a really good guy. He's a lover. And I used to tell her he's a male version of me, like a lover. Someone that if they really fall in love with you, like you have loyalty and a commitment until you for life, or unless you do something that really would make this person want to leave you. This person is committed to love and committed to those type of things. And you know what this girl said to me? A beautiful girl. She said, you can't eat chicken every day. I was shocked. I was shocked because here I am having a professional, beautiful woman sleeping around and didn't have any remorse. Didn't have any care, any guilt about it. A long time ago she had decided it's okay to sleep around on your man, it's okay to sleep around on your husband, it's just sex. I remember thinking I have to warn my sons. And the reason why, historically speaking, men and women for whatever reason have developed and progressed differently. And for whatever reason, because men have historically, it's changing, men have historically not been able to deal with a large amount of emotional suffering, that when they do experience emotional suffering, be it from an abuse or abandoned mom who was mistreating them, or from a mate, a man who has been cheated on or really manipulated on or have been lied to and feel so betrayed, many of them kill. They would actually kill you. I remember my cousin always likes to say to me, women don't understand that typically men don't like to argue. Like a woman could stay there, I'll argue with you all day and then I'll argue with you the next day about the same topic. Men don't do that. Immature men that have not developed themselves to understand, I have the power not to argue with you, but then I don't get to go into fight mode with a woman as well. So a lot of men would actually kill you as a woman because that emotional suffering and pain that we women we can many times bear, and I say that because we can many times bear emotional discomfort because we have a higher tolerance for the mere fact that biologically speaking, we get to carry the children. We have been programmed for months and months in having our menstrual cycle, emotional imbalances, and then we come back from it. We have many times have been cheated on or have been done things to that it causes a lot of emotional trauma, but we can somehow bounce back from it. A lot of men cannot. I remember one time I was speaking to a set of prisoners, and this one young guy, you know, he's there and he actually killed his girlfriend. I think about 17, 19 years old. He killed his girlfriend and he was now doing a life sentence in jail for it. So now that he's gone through remorse, he still have to be punished. And women have to understand that when you inflict emotional pain on a male, emotional damage on a male, those damages of the heart, a lot of men unfortunately can't recover from that or have not fully recovered from it. And I keep saying that in these adult relationships and parent to child relationships, we don't understand or we are not appreciating the fact that the traumas in which we particularly give the opposite sex is so detrimental for the mere fact that the opposite sex, from female to male or male to female, we don't fully understand how that other gender is operating. And the reason why I will never know how a male actually functions is because my body, my mind, my spirit, my being is in the vessel of a woman, and same way for a male. So think about it. When a woman is extremely aggressive or she displays those masculine tendencies in her son, in her male, in her mate, it's called like you what is it, demasculate him. You strip him of his manhood because you're overpowering him in an area of his life that his gender is supposed to reject certain things. Now, emotional abuse, when a man really, really loves you, just the same way when a woman really, really loves you, but a man who really loves a woman that is hurt by a woman that he loves. I know this one guy that he had found out that his girl was cheating on him. You know, he went to her computer just for whatever reason, and she had left her email open there, and he saw her talking, you know, with another guy, to the point that she said some really terrible things to him. And I remember him telling me that, and I was like, oh my God, that will like crush a man. Imagine you're living with a man, he's paying all the bills, he's taking care of your child with him and your child from another man. He's taking care of that, paying all the bills, being a good role model, father figure, whatever. That's his version of the story anyway. And then he finds you talking to another man, and then you proceed to call him a dumbass bastard. That had actually really broke my heart, because me watching my sons are loyal to me. My sons love me, like genuinely love me. They will protect me. They will consider me. And I always told my sons, I will not raise you to be a problem for a woman later in life. And that means I want to train them how to respect women. I want to train them on how to cherish women. As they get older, I've even spoken to Jordan of how to enjoy women and things to look out for in women. And when you women out there take the heart of a man because of your own childhood trauma, because of your own abandonment, abuse, male traumas in yourself, and you come across a good man and you know this is a decent man, this is a decent man that genuinely loves you, love your children, love your future children, will love children with you, and you abuse his heart, there is no escaping that either. You can't escape from that. I know of another case where the girl was really mistreating the guy, lying, cheating, whatever, ended up getting pregnant for the lover guy, who ended up just abusing her later when the good guy left, and he's now living a really nice life with his new mate. None of us are immune to how we treat other people. You do not get in this lifetime to mistreat, misuse, or abuse anyone without any punishment. The punishment will come back to you somewhere or another. It'll come back to your children, or it will relive in your children, or while you get to see it. And I want to tell you men, right? The same way it's not fair for you men to, it's different if you're single and you say straight up to a woman, I'm really not looking for anything, and you know, if we want to be just sexual, or like, say it. In this day and age, women are not about that life that you have to lie and cheat. That's like old man game. Like, these girls nowadays, tell them straight up, I have a wife, you know, I'm just looking for my fun on the side, and let the woman decide. The worst thing you could do is try to manipulate a person into doing what you want sexually. That goes for women as well. Women, and I don't understand this thing of women getting with guys, you know, just for money, if he have money. Don't get me wrong, every woman like gifts. But my sons, no. Any woman that come to you on, you gotta provide for her and take care of all of her financial needs, no, straight up. Until we get married, or until I give you children, I am not responsible for you financially. We are adults. We are expecting men to hold their own weight emotionally, financially, psychologically, whatever. We are now expecting women to hold their own as well. Women, men are not out there for you to use your body, unless you're in that profession, to use your body as a gateway to get things under manipulation, especially when you go and find these decent guys to like tear their heart apart. And the only way that I think that all of these things can fix themselves, it must start within ourselves. As a woman who is being abused by a man, or as a man who's being abused by women, you don't love yourself enough. And I can say that wholeheartedly, because while I was smart, while I was beautiful, while I was educated, I clearly did not have enough self-love within myself, or I would not have put up with some of the nonsense that I did put up with by men that didn't even deserve for me to even talk to them. Like, I'm being serious. And some of you men, you're getting women, or you're allowing women to attach themselves to you, that these women are so low class and so low standard. Ain't that much good sex in the world. It's not that much good sex in the world. And when you really understand the beauty of intercourse and stuff like that, you will not throw your body around to any and everybody. Not every man in this lifetime get the right, the permission, the privilege to touch me. As a woman, there's such a delicateness, and when a man loves you and you abuse that love, you have scarred this man more than likely for the rest of his life. But I'm telling you, men, it's still your responsibility to heal and develop. You don't get to just turn into like the master manipulator because a girl broke your heart or your mother hurt you. It doesn't work like that. Women that are doing these things, and I actually, not that one is worse than the other, but I am a woman. I know the details and stuff that women pay attention to. If a woman wants you to get caught cheating, she just has to leave her hairpin or something in your car or in your house, or, you know, so if a wife really does say, give me proof, she could say, oh, you know, he has a little mole on his penis there, or if a woman really wants to be trifling in your life, more than likely men will give you opportunities to be trifling. But how does that serve you as a woman? I don't know about some of you women out there, but being a woman to me is like an honor. The woman that I have become over time, I wear my crown with grace. I walk the walk, I talk the talk. Trust me and believe. Have I made mistakes in my adult life? Absolutely. Have I done things in my younger years that I wish I didn't do? Absolutely. But have I learned from those mistakes and continue to take on the life of, I'm going to be my best me, and ain't nothing better than a beautiful woman, inside and out. It is says that a man's heart will rest with her. He will believe in her. He literally will turn over his kingdom to her. When a man's heart is safe with a woman, she will never betray him, defile him, use and abuse him. Because the tenderness of a man's heart is actually, I think, more tender than a woman's heart. And the reason why, we as women have gone through so much emotional suffering. My little niece or my cousin who now has her period at a very, very young age, she's like, oh, I don't want to deal with this. And I'm like, baby, you're going to have to deal with this for many years to come. But we as women she's now experiencing an emotional discomfort that she can't not do anything about but just ride it out. Most men don't go through that. Well, all men don't go through the whole period experience, but I'm speaking more of the emotional development part. So you women out there that are lying, cheating, stealing, abusing your men, your good men at home that just genuinely love you, want to have a family, want to find peace, listen, I don't get it how people get attached or get into relationships for any other agenda but to have a person, adult person in their life to grow and to build, enjoy yummy sex with, enjoy life with, travel with, enjoy the kids with. I don't get it. I don't get it. I'm telling you out there, if you're a woman doing these things to the men in your life, you need to stop. You really need to check yourself, because it really calls to how much you love yourself as a woman. You don't have to have chicken sex, the same sex with your own man. Go up on the roof. Go outside. I don't know. Do whatever you need to do. But you don't get to take this man's heart and his body and his money and tear him apart because you are not ready for the commitment that he is trying to give you. The same way we don't like it when men do it to us, I'm telling you women out there, stop doing it, or don't do it to a man that is not down for that. You want them little bad boys, you go straight to him and you say, listen, I like to sleep around and I like different men or whatever like that. He's down with it, you down with it, everybody happy. Nowadays, this open relationship, yo, can we just have another man or another woman in the bed? It just seems like anything goes. But as adults, we have to agree on what goes. You don't get to come into my life and fool me and trick me, or I trick you, or I fool you and get you to do something that you would not do if you knew my truth. We need to do better as adults. And definitely, if you plan on having children and you have those kind of ways in you, nothing but pure problems and suffering for you and your children. I'm guarantee it. It's going to be dished out like free food. Let us really, as adults, work on loving ourselves, loving the people around us, being kind. Being kind. I am Franka Potter. Please forgive me if I have offended you or anything like that. It's not my intentions. I'm just sharing what I've learned, what I've lived through, what I see other people going through. And it's time for us to stop, and it's time for us to call out a lot of these behaviors. I am Franka Potter. Take care of yourself and each other. Have a wonderful day.